Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight. It is 30 minutes past the hour. I'm AJ Hammer in New York. You are watching TV's most provocative entertainment news show. Tonight, Lindsay Lohan's life in rehab. Now, the 21-year-old is reportedly just about halfway through rehab, and there's word it's not one of these la-di-da places either. Will it actually do her a world of good? Well, that is coming up. But first tonight, Lindsay, Britney, are their disturbing relationships with their moms the main reason why they are so messed up? Are stars' mommy and daddy dearest to blame for their kids' problems? It's a Showbiz special report.
If Lindsay Lohan hasn't had enough troubles on her hands, life at home for her hasn't been easy either. Her parents have been at war for years. The battles have been bitter and didn't stop even on the day Lindsay was arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence for the second time. Her father, Michael Lohan, went on Larry King Live to throw yet another salvo.
I love my children. Always did and always will.
The next shot was fired by Lindsay's sister, Allie, on the record defending Mom Dina and slamming dear old dad. Allie Lohan clearly having to take sides here, and I want to take a look again at part of the email that she wrote. My father is telling all lies to people and saying he was such a great dad and was always there for us. My father was never there for us. My mom was always there supporting us. Talk about a broken family. And Lindsay isn't the only star in Hollywood whose relationship with dad is on the skids. Just ask superstar Angelina Jolie.
Angelina has a very rocky relationship with her dad, Jon Voight, and that stems from the fact that he spoke a lot to the press a few years ago when Angelina Jolie was adopting kids. She did not like that.
Oh no, she didn't. In fact, the two haven't spoken since. And Jon Voight is very careful when he talks about his estranged daughter these days. Take a listen to what he told me when I interviewed him.
I don't talk. I send my daughter my love and certainly my prayers. And she does a lot of wonderful things on behalf of other people. I'm impressed with that aspect of her life, and I always wish her well. And with Brad and their child and their children, I wish them well, too.
Oh, Hollywood family drama. And it's not just celebrity daughters and their dads who don't get along. Just ask Britney Spears, who is reportedly on the outs with Mom Lynn.
Britney Spears and her mom, Lynn, were always very close. They did so many things together. They were always out in LA together. But once Britney hit rock bottom, that is when their relationship really became strained.
Strained? That's an understatement. Take a look at this picture of Britney reportedly handing her mother walking papers to stay away from her and Britney's two children. Not a good relationship there. And the question remains, was it ever really that good of a relationship?
We think that Britney Spears might have been always close with her mom, but we don't know that for sure because we don't know the kind of resentment that's built up over the years. Remember, Britney started very young, and she was the one who was supporting her family. It's really, there's a lot of anger that's built within that relationship because you've changed the parent-child relationship now as in terms of who's taking care of who. So when you add that to the mix, the closeness gets a little muddled.
And oftentimes, too close. Let's go back to Lindsay Lohan. This time, it's about her mom, Dina, partying alongside her celebrity kid.
The two of them are almost more like sisters than they are mother and daughter. They go out to clubs together, to restaurants together, the same parties. They really socialize a lot together, which is a little bit unconventional for most mother and daughters.
Yeah, no kidding. Unconventional, and according to psychology expert Cooper Lawrence, it's teaching Lindsay bad habits. Some might even say her troubles of today can be rooted back to her parents.
Kids learn what they live. And she's a really good example of that. So the mom needs to stop asking for reality shows and book deals and step in and save her daughter's life because Lindsay is really in trouble.
And after all, having a mom that you can look up to and learn all the great mothering skills from is indeed a great thing. Just look at how Angelina's relationship with her late mother, Marceline Bertrand, helped shape the Oscar-winning actress into Mother of the Year.
What you can tell about Angelina and her mom and their relationship is that look at how nurturing Angelina has become. She's not just a mom, she's a mom times 4. And she's looking for more kids, so she really gets the mom thing.
Getting the mom thing down or having discord with dad, celebrities are no different than everyone else.
When we look at Hollywood, we always think these people are so different from us and there's nothing in common. But it's interesting, you look at these relationships between celebrities and their parents, and they're really just like the general population at large.
And after all, celebrities, like everyone else, are a product of their parents, whether they like it or not.
Well, Lindsay Lohan is far, far away from her parents. She is reportedly tucked away in rehab. This is her third stint in rehab in the last year. And for the first time tonight, we're learning about the reality check Lindsay is getting at this particular rehab center. This is the one that she went to after her DUI and cocaine arrest, because Lindsay is in Utah doing some hard rehab time. Joining me tonight from Hollywood, Ken Seeley. He's the lead interventionist from A&E's hit show Intervention. Also, Jane Velez-Mitchell, investigative journalist and author of the book Secrets Can Be Murder. Ken, Jane, it's good to see you both. And Ken, I want to start with you because you, after all, are one of the premier rehab experts in the country. You know a lot about this particular facility, the Cirque in Utah. What I know is that it costs $30,000 a month. Now, tell me if we're hearing this right, that this is the kind of a place, despite that $30,000 price tag, where Lindsay could actually be doing things like scrubbing toilets and sharing a room with strangers.
I love that, AJ. I think that's so powerful. I remember when Betty Ford went into treatment and she was put in a room with two roommates and they said, you know, she goes, don't you know who I am? And they were like, well, yes, we do, but that's the way treatment is done. And that's what Lindsay needs. She needs the roots and what is necessary to help save her life. No more special treatment.
I'm just trying to picture her with a toothbrush cleaning the toilet bowl, if that's what she's doing. But I'm trying to understand the why. And Jane, you've been very open and honest on our show about your own road to recovery. Now, Lindsay has been living out of hotels for the last couple of years in between her drinking and partying, you know, with the room service and the housekeeping. So how could something like doing housework help her with her addiction?
Well, AJ, it's absolutely fabulous for her. Cleaning toilets, doing the laundry, scrubbing the floors. It allows a recovering addict, an alcoholic, and a celebrity to exercise a muscle they very rarely use, and that muscle is called humility. Addicts are renowned for being narcissistic and grandiose, and when we're in our disease, we think the rules do not apply to us. The world revolves around us, and that is what you got to get out of. And to get humble is the way to get out of it. There's a saying, you can either get humble sober or you can be continually humiliated drunk.
Yeah, but I don't want to make light of this at all, Jane, so please don't take this way, but if I were forced to clean toilets with a toothbrush, it would make me want to go have a drink.
Yeah, I could see that, but it's almost a relief. It's, you know, it's very exhausting being that grandiose and that narcissistic. So when you get to give that up and you surrender all of that and you become humble and you realize where you are in the world, a piece of it and not the sun that the entire universe revolves around, there's a tremendous relief. It's a freedom to it.
Yeah, I can imagine. That does make a lot of sense. Here's something else I want to help understanding, Ken. TMZ reporting that Lindsay did 8 days in an intense detox program in LA before she headed out to rehab in Utah. I should say that Lindsay's reps aren't commenting on this, but Ken, is it customary to go through that kind of a detox, or does this really indicate that she really needed to, for lack of a better term, be cleaned out?
Yeah, AJ, I don't know if I'm believing that. You know, if she went through an 8-day detox, that's a lot of drugs in her system, and supposedly that whole time she was sober. So, you know, for one relapse, you don't need an 8-day detox from, especially what was found on her possession is cocaine. Yeah. You don't need 8 days for that. So I'm thinking it's a bunch of BS to show that, you know, she is doing what she needs to do for the press. So I still stand the same. Let the court do their job and mandate 2 years of drug program. That's what needs to happen for her.
We've been talking about the importance of parenting and how that plays a role in these young kids' lives. Lindsay's parents were just in court. They've been trying to finalize this nasty divorce battle. Listen to what her dad Michael had to say when reporters asked her how the kids were doing.
God has to work on people's hearts, and finally he worked on the right hearts in this case. And, you know, it's not about money, it's about the kids, and I've said that all along.
It's about the kids. Now, let's not forget, Dad has been through rehab, he's been to jail, her mother has her own issues. Jane, tell me what you think. How much of her addiction could be caused from dealing with all the daddy-mama drama she's had to deal with?
Well, a lot of it, AJ, people drink and take drugs for one basic reason, to escape. And they're trying to escape internal pain. And when your parents are at war with divorce battles and custody battles and protection orders, that's got to cause tremendous trauma. We have to remember, Lindsay is only 21 years old. These are the issues she has to deal with in therapy. She has to puncture this festering pain and get this slate clean. Otherwise, she's going to be in too much pain to get sober.
Well, let us hope that this is the reality check that she does indeed need and that will get her on the straight and narrow path. Ken Seeley, Jane Velez Mitchell, I thank you both for joining me tonight.
Thanks, AJ.
Well,